I'd like to offer you the key to stepping out of food jail. It is, of course, not the entire story, but it's a powerful start. It's awesome to be free, but it's disorienting too. You'll need a new way, but don't worry. I'm here to help you navigate every step. So here is the key, which is actually a short step-by-step process. Your decision to change your relationship with food can actually happen in any moment, at any time of the day, in any circumstance. But the change in your actual food behavior only happens in one moment, and that is in the moment. Now, what on earth do I mean by that? I mean that the only time your actual behavior around food will change, meaning what you are actually putting into your mouth or not putting into your mouth, happens in the moment that you are potentially about to eat. The great relaxation you had in yoga class at 7 a.m. is not necessarily relevant anymore. The awesome new awareness you may have experienced yesterday is not going to matter unless it translates to a new state of being or a new perspective or a new belief now, in the potential moment you're about to eat. And that new state of being also needs to influence and direct a new behavior for you to actually see and feel an actual change. So the key I have promised you to take this very crucial first step out of food jail is to get out of autopilot and now get real honest, aware, and cozy with exactly what's going on in the moment that you're about to eat. Now imagine the moment that you're about to make a food choice. And now let's take it out to lunch and have a nice deep chat with it. Let's get down and dirty with that moment on all levels of awareness, emotion, belief, and feeling. Because what really matters, if you want to transform your inner battle with food, which is really just a mirror for the inner battle with yourself, is figuring out how you can make a different internal choice in the moment that you're faced with eating or not eating a food. So, how do you do that? Of course, I won't leave you hanging with the how part. Here's the first part of that how formula. Change the question. The question you usually ask yourself in the moment that you're about to eat contains two parts. First, should I eat? And then a millisecond after that, what should I eat? Now the essence of that entire two-part question is really asking, what can I eat that won't make me feel fat or feel bad? Or, what is on my good list and am I going to follow that right now? My friend, it is impossible to get out of food jail if you continue to let this question guide your choices. And the reason is because this question has you immediately dialed into your own food law, your own rules, your own good and bad list, which in all reality may or may not even be sound or nutritionally true. So instead of your usual what do I eat question, I'd like you to replace it with am I hungry? Just that, am I hungry? Let's start the way the caveman did it. I know that sounds so basic, but do you know how many times my clients will report back to me that when they actually ask this question in the moment, they realize that indeed they weren't even hungry. Too many to count. So if they weren't even hungry, and let's assume that this could be very relevant for you too at times, why would they eat? Doesn't that sound a bit weird? I mean, why would we eat if we're not hungry? Well, now we get into a juicier realm where beliefs, shoulds, autopilot behaviors, and emotions take over. And here's what I've seen as some of the more common reasons why my clients eat when they're not actually hungry. First, I see that there's a pre-decided rule that they need to eat now, at this time of the day. I see that there's a pre-decided rule that they need to eat this, a certain food, every day, and now is the moment to do it. And this, by the way, is the unfortunate side effect of being on a diet or strict meal planning. They're emotional, and they eat not to feel. And they're in a shame and guilt storm and eat to punish themselves, kind of like what I talked about earlier with myself. They're completely checked out and on autopilot. These are just a few. There's many other reasons. But the point here is that for you to actually make a new food behavior and take that first step out of food jail, you must start to work with yourself and what's going on in the moment. And the first step to that very peaceful and calm state of consciousness is simply to ask, am I hungry? I promise your gut will give you just as simple of an answer, yes or no. One word, that's it, yes or no. So the first part of the how formula is, am I hungry? The second part of the how formula is, trust the simple answer. You had the awareness and consciousness to ask a different question. Great. Now receive the simple answer and trust it. So notice there's no big story here in your head around this in the moment. No big conversation with yourself about whether you're going to be good or bad. Just accessing your primal human need of hunger. If it is yes, then of course the next question is, what am I hungry for? Now please notice this is a very different question than what should I eat? What am I hungry for is now allowing you to access some internal wisdom that the first question, what should I eat, could not tap into. Maybe you're hungry for something warm, crunchy, heavy, light, sweet, or savory. Maybe a salad would now feel satisfying, or a granola bar. The main point of this, it gets you out of your head where all of the damaging rules live and into your primal, wise body. The what should I eat question forces you to only access your food rules, to scan that good and bad list, stay in your head, which is not where you're going to get out of food jail. So now, if the answer to the am I hungry question is no, then you don't eat. Period. If you're not hungry, you don't eat. But I'm not going to leave you hanging because I know you're thinking that it's just not that easy. If it were that easy, you might already be doing it and you wouldn't need to be watching this video. So since I won't leave you hanging, I now offer you the final third part to the how of my key process to get out of food jail. I encourage you to simply ask another question to yourself as soon as that no comes from your gut. And that question is, what do I need right now? If you're not really hungry, but you are about to eat, I'm guessing you need something that maybe previous programming had you believe the food would provide. For example, maybe what you need is a break. Maybe what you need is 3 deep breaths, a walk outside, or a connection with another human. Or, as for many of my clients, an emotional release, to stand up and shout or cry or dance. I know for me that one of the most interesting things I uncovered for myself when doing this process is that what I often needed, like daily needed, was the permission to just check out for a bit and relax. Take the pressure off from whatever I was driving myself to do and just be. I needed the permission to not be moving forward, not take life by the balls, being all efficient and effective and making progress in every moment. I needed the permission to stare at the wall for 10 minutes and do absolutely nothing. So when you ask this question of what do I need, you may be amazed to the answer you'll receive. Trust me on this. You will get an answer. The glorious and brilliant part of this process is that something will come to you as an answer to the need question, and that shows you in the moment the food is not the answer. Food is not what you need if you're not hungry. It's pretty simple. Not easy, I understand, but simple. So let's start there. So a recap on the process that embodies this key, this very key first crucial step to getting you out of food jail. In the moment that you are about to eat, thinking about eating or ready to eat, number 1, change your initial question to, am I hungry? Number 2, trust the simple answer, yes or no. Number 3, if it's yes, the next question is, what am I hungry for? This taps into your body wisdom for the answer and keeps you out of your head. Your head is a dangerous neighborhood right now, so until we get in there and fully revitalize that neighborhood, we want to receive answers from the more sweet wisdom of your body. And number 4, if it's a no, the next question is, then what do I need? That's it. 4 simple steps to this transformative process. As you put the steps into action in your life, you will begin to shift your relationship with food and your body. You'll begin to shake off those chains that have bound you for maybe years. It's the beginning of peace and happiness and joy within yourself. So thank you for taking the time to watch. I hope that you put this to use immediately, what you just learned today. Practice the steps, play with it, make it work for you. And then watch your inbox because I have so much more to share with you. It's not stopping here. You will receive another video in a couple days that leads you into the next steps of breaking out of food jail. I'll walk you through how to identify the food myths that are keeping you trapped, and I'll guide you into the opposite of food jail, which is what it looks like to truly be an empowered eater. So eat deliciously today, and thanks for watching.